Ask for the roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Nelson.
Here.
Councilmember Chance.
Here.
Councilmember Bradburn.
Present.
Councilmember Hackey.
Here.
Councilmember Grossman.
Here.
Councilmember Stricula. Mayor Spaeth.
Here. I'm going to ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Okay, thank you. To item 4, I need a motion to approve the minutes from the May 8th council meeting and the June 5th special council meeting.
So moved. Second?
All in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay. Item 5, city managers report. Eric?
Thank you, Mayor. I have several items here that I will move through. First of all, the local VFW Post 9622 is requesting to partner, well, they're looking to partner with the American Legion Post for temporary liquor permits, specifically for Friday, July 28th. That is the Music and Mason concert that we are theming as a Freedom Festival to help recognize veteran service, as well as the 20th anniversary of the Veterans Memorial. Which is just background. What the VFW would like to do is participate with the American Legion in the service of beverages, because that will be on the plaza. A motion is in order by council to approve the sale of alcohol on the downtown plaza by the VFW for that event. Again, that will be in partnership with the American Legion that had been previously approved.
Okay.
Make the motion.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay.
Next, as council is aware, each month we have been celebrating Mason's ranking as 4th best place to live with a different theme in partnership with TriHealth to emphasize Mason's culture of wellness. The month of June, the city is offering programs, activities, promoting outdoor safety throughout Mason. A couple of the events, the city is promoting CPR and AED training that will take place the first Saturday of each month at Fire Station 51. It will help educate participants on where AEDs are located throughout the city. The fire department will also be visiting the senior center and kids corner at the community center, as well as doing demonstrations as part of safety camp. The police department and the campus safety program will host a Protect Women's Self-Defense class on June 20th. They will also be visiting the senior center, kids corner, as well as safety camp, discussing other topics of self-protection. In addition, the city is hosting free community swim clinics throughout the summer, with the first clinic being held on June 14th. That is with a target and a goal of teaching everyone in the community how to be safe in the water. And finally, TriHealth representatives will have a presence at the Mason Municipal Aquatic Center to discuss sun safety in late June. There are a number of other activities promoting general safety, grill safety, tornado safety. More information on all those is available via the city's webpage. Also, I think council is aware in April, as part of our 4th Best Place to Live initiative, the city had encouraged residents to take time to renew, refresh, and reconnect in the community. And there are a number of activities and resources that emphasized how to create a safe, clean, healthy community. There's one person that we found out about, several people, but this one was a little bit special. Lisa, I think maybe we have some photos. This person was caught taking our theme to heart. We'll pull those up here in a moment. The local Mason resident, well, I think watching his brother, well, while his brother was at baseball practice at our own Heritage Oak Park, found or secured a trash bag and took it upon himself to go throughout the park and the neighboring woods, picking up litter, which was spot on with what our theme for the month was. That young resident is Parker Stranko. He's 10 years old, and we invite him here, and I'm hoping Parker might agree to come up here so everyone can look at him for just a moment. You'll turn around and look at your parents. The cameras can see you too, Parker. We thought this was just excellent evidence of how the theme works and how the youth of the community can take these things to heart. when we caught this photographic evidence of Parker hard at work on his own time in the park, we thought deserved a little bit of recognition. So what we'd like to do as mayor, we have a small token for Parker's good deed, if you can present that with him. And then Parker pretty much promised me that he'd be willing to stay up there for a photo with all of council.
Environment's so beautiful that it kind of hurts to clean up it.
We appreciate it so much. Parker is just such a wonderful example of what we hope all of our children are learning as they grow up. And it sounds like that maybe you had a great influence on him, Mom and Dad, right? That he just went off and did that. But I kind of heard a story that he went off and you didn't know where he was. Is that right? So next time, tell your parents first before you go. And you found him cleaning the park, which was awesome. Well, here we have some sweet little goodies for you. I want to give to you. Can you get that? I'm going to ask all the council to come up for a picture. We really appreciate it, and let's give him a big round of applause again. You're such a sweet person. Thank you. I just want to say thank you again, Parker. I think that's wonderful, and I hope there's a lot of children out there watching, and maybe you can get a group together and get some more of our parks cleaned up, huh? Thank you so much. Okay.
I have several more items. Thank you, Parker, for attending the meeting. Most of these are events that I will run through. If there are any questions, I can answer those, or can try to answer. The May Chamber is hosting a Woman Impacting Mason Deerfield Speaker Series. That's going to be tomorrow at 8 a.m. I mention this because the featured speakers are City of Mason Mayor Barbara Spaeth and Vice Mayor Diana Nelson as the first simultaneous female mayor, vice mayor for the City of Mason. They were found as a appropriate speakers for that session. Jenny, do you have any advice for us? I guess as I speak, it makes the static go away. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Is that good? Yeah. Kurt fixed it.
Wait, is he recording now? Is it recording?
Denny, are we good up there? Okay, we're good. Warren County Municipal League Dinner is being held at the Grizzly Golf and Social Lodge. That's on Wednesday, June 14th, 5:45 to 8 p.m. Any council members interested in attending, please let us know. Also, Flag Day is on Wednesday, June 14th, and all members of the community are encouraged to bring any retired or worn flag to the VFW Post 9622, and they will handle proper disposal. They're located at 119 West Main Street and are open daily at 2 p.m. As part of further activities related to the 20th anniversary of the Mason Veterans Memorial, the city is hosting a veterans fishing event in partnership with Casting Freedom. Information is available on the website. That is going to be held June 17th at Pine Hill Lakes Park. City encourages registration. The event is free for veterans. Also, Council Where the Music and Mason series for 2023 has kicked off at a very successful start. The next event is this Friday, June 16th at 6 p.m. And that is, there are 6 remaining events. And as we mentioned, on July 28th is the last event of the Music and Mason series and will be themed as a freedom festival to help honor veterans. Finally, the main event that is picking up steam and occupying more staff's time, Red Rhythm and Boom. Red Rhythm and Boom will take place on Monday, July 3rd. That'll be on this campus, just south of us here. A couple of times to be aware of. 4 p.m. is when the event begins with access to vendors, the Kids Zone activities. At 6 p.m., the concert begins with the opening act Lit, and then Gin Blossoms, the headline artist, begins at 8:30 p.m., and then the event concludes at 10 p.m. when Rossie's Famous Fireworks will be displayed. The display for the fireworks is at the Mason Intermediate School, very visible from here as well as other locations throughout the downtown. Also want to make sure folks are aware on Monday, July 3rd, city offices will be closed to the public, primarily because it will be very hectic on the campus here and not the best place to gain access to offices. And staff will be, across all departments, occupied with preparing for the event. So we do not expect any visitors or services to be available on Monday, July 3rd. However, the community center will be open from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then city offices will be completely closed on Tuesday, July 4th in observance of Independence Day. I just want to take a moment as well to remind council and the public how Red Rhythm Boom is possible and done as efficiently as we can is through an instant command team. That consists of over 20 employees from across departments, and we've done this many years now with quite good track record. Those employees have now begun meeting weekly. Each of them have their own activities, have their own folks throughout the city that sign up, take on different shifts. You can find a police officer, manning a water booth. You can find a city engineer doing something productive that you wouldn't expect them to. I don't know. But that is in addition to these type of high-quality events depend not only on the instant command system, but a lot of volunteers, vendors, business partners. We're finding a lot of momentum gathering on that. There's one, if you'll indulge me, this is one of my favorite emails. We get a lot of messages this time of year, phone calls, emails about when's this begin or where's that at. But I think this one may win an award. We may invite him here next, Parker, if we can get him. He sent an email, and I'm just going to read it to you. Hi there. How are you guys doing? Just to let you know that I was looking for some Gin Blossom shows, and when I saw that they would play in a festival for free, I felt that I could not miss that. I am from the south of Brazil, a city called Santa Cruz do Sul near Porto Alegre, 42 years old, and I already bought the flight tickets to go to Mason and enjoy the concert. I'm a big fan of the band, and they probably will never come to my country, so I must go there, and I will. Now, I am also a big Mason fan, too. Everything I saw about this town looks so nice, and I can't wait to be there. Congratulations. See you in July. Henrique Eisenberger. So if Henrique's watching, we'll bring him to a meeting and we'll give him a prize too. Maybe Park will come back to present it. So a lot of excitement building for Red Rhythm Boom. We are also fortunate, we do have not the instant commander, who is one of our police officers, but we do have the instant commander in training in the audience, Steve Hartke. Go ahead and come up, Steve. And this is probably a fortunate coincidence because we were able to announce earlier today a series of promotions. And Steve was the recipient of one of those. Steve Hartke is now the city's new city engineer and head of the engineering building department. Steve's been well prepared for that and very patient as he's groomed for that. Kurt Seiler, the old city engineer, and take that however you mean, has now assumed the title of service director. So he'll have oversight over both engineering and building, utilities, public works, parks maintenance. The previous service director, Jennifer Heft, will go back to being a full-time assistant city manager and take on additional duties as she's always capable of. So those three promotions were announced today to staff, and I think poise the city for additional changes as we try and continue to streamline and enhance our workforce. So maybe a round of applause for all three of those. With that said, Mary, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Eric. Does this mean this is Kurt's last meeting with us?
That is absolutely not what it meant.
Oh, no. Okay.
Did he set you up for that?
Okay, okay.
Did Kurt ask you to ask that?
I will never tell. All right, thanks, Eric. And thank you again, Parker. We really appreciate you taking care of our environment and taking care of the city of Mason. Come back anytime, okay? Okay. We're going to move on to item 6, which is recognition of visitors. Is there anyone that would like to come to the podium and address council? Please come up and state your name and your address, please.
Good evening. I'm Annie Droege. I live at 4509 Estate Court, Mason. I just really have an observation and an ask. I was at Adesso over Memorial Day weekend, a beautiful weekend in Mason, and Adesso was very crowded. And I got to observe what was going on and learn that we were hosting at Heritage Park a Division I college championship for ultimate frisbee. And I got to talking to a lot of the parents of players that morning, which one, their observation was Mason's lovely and they love our town, which was really great to hear. But two, that they didn't really know much about Mason beyond just where the park was and, you know, all the things that come with the tournament. So I also talked to a few other business owners in near downtown Mason, and none of them really knew about this huge tournament that was just upon us in the downtown area. So I was just hoping, because I feel like it was a missed opportunity for us to, one, invite, I think they said there was over 40 colleges represented. So it would have been a cool opportunity for us to represent City of Mason and invite all these colleges in, but two, just prepare our small businesses for this big crowd. So I was just, at least those were my observations and from what I understood from small businesses. So just wanted to let you guys know.
All right, thank you. Anyone else want to come to the podium? Okay, we're going to move on then to item number 7, which is Resolution 2023-18. I'm going to ask Jeff to read this, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2023-18, recognizing Mason Lions Club's 50th anniversary. Whereas the Mason Lions Club is a local network of volunteers that has been serving the Mason community for 50 years. Over the past several decades, the Mason Lions Club has made an impactful presence within the community, helping provide meaningful care to those in need. Today, we celebrate the Mason Lions Club's 50th anniversary and their long legacy within Mason. And whereas the Mason Lions Club, when originally chartered on May 25th, 1973, started with the main mission to help those within the community who are visually impaired. And whereas the Lions Club has since expanded with a worldwide mission to help those in need, including childhood cancer, hunger, the environment, diabetes, and vision. And whereas each year the Mason Lions Club recognizes students from the Mason High School, Intermediate School, Junior High, and St. Susanna with the Citizenship Award. For over 40 years, the club has also provided the Harry Cook Cy Strohsnyder Lions Club Scholarship to a graduating senior. And whereas the Mason Lions Club has helped give back to the community, including collecting plastic bags for recycling, sponsoring families at Christmas and Thanksgiving, and donating to the Ohio Virtual School at the Western Row campus, and collecting used eyewear for Vosh International. For 50 years, the Mason Lion Club has contributed to the success of the city of Mason. And whereas the Mason Lions Club has created a welcoming and inclusive environment and has continuously taken the initiative to help support the local community. The city of Mason wishes to sincerely congratulate and celebrate with the leadership and members of the Mason Lions Club on its 50th anniversary in Mason. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Mason, Ohio, members elected thereto concurring, Section 1, that the Council of the City of Mason hereby designates and proclaims May 25th, 2023 as Mason Lions Club Day in Mason, Ohio. Section 2, that this resolution shall take effect and be enforced from and after the earliest period allowed by law.
All right, thank you, Jeff. I think, Jennifer, you're going to discuss this one.
Yeah, Mayor, members of council, in addition to the information contained in the resolution, just want to thank the Lions Club for and congratulate them on their 50th anniversary here in the community and all that you do for community. One of the items that didn't get mentioned, but maybe closer to home with our organization, is the fact that for 40 years, you guys have ridden along with our Mason Police Department at Halloween to distribute candy. And so very much grateful for the work that you do in our community. And with that, I'd like to introduce the president of Mason's Lions Club, Mr. Jim Cook.
If you would go to the podium, please. Thank you.
First off, I'd like to thank the council for recognizing the club for 50 years, and what an honor it's been to serve the city of Mason for the club for the last 50 years. I wasn't here for whole 50, but for about 30 plus of it. So I would like to also introduce the members that are here tonight, the ones that could make it: Lion Ed Strohsnyder, Keith Fields, Gloria Cook, and Dan Gardner. We've all kind of been in the club for a while. Keith's the newest member, but the rest of us have been 20, 30. We even have 3 50-year members of the club, 1 charter and 2 transfers in. So once you're a Lion, you generally stay a Lion. And we appreciate all that you've done for us, too, to support us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let us pass this resolution, and then we have something for you. Okay. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? A motion to adopt?
So moved.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, any council discussion? One thing I did want to say or ask was, I remember when I was growing up, and the Lions Club was probably the only booth at our festivals. And was that the bicycle festival then? Is that what it
At the
is?
Bicycle Festival, we actually sponsored the Bicycle Festival
Okay.
back then.
You guys were like the only ones that had food, right? Like you
We've been
were,
in the festival every year since.
weren't you like grilling the hamburgers and cooking the hot dogs? I remember that was such a treat, like, because there wasn't a lot, like now, you know, you have all these food trucks and different things. You guys were like the only ones that were serving food, right? As I remember growing up. Is that right?
Well, yes, because at that time I wasn't a member, but I was the son of a member. So yes, you are correct.
Yeah, and you guys were just most recently at what festival? I know you were at one not too long ago.
Heritage, if you're
You
talking.
were at the Heritage, so you've still been here all this time.
Yeah,
and I
we've
just
we've
think
not
that's so
missed a
wonderful.
festival since 8
Yeah.
years, give or take, something like that.
So I encourage everybody, I hope you're going to be at the next Heritage Festival and everybody will,
We will be.
Well,
We don't do
how
hamburgers
many-
anymore because they're too greasy. We do the hot dogs, brats, and mets, and everything else, but we'll be there.
well, thank you so much for all that you have done for our community. 50 years is a long time, and we really appreciate it. I hadn't realized that some of your services you had expanded more than just beyond the eyeglasses and that kind of thing. So thank you all so very, very much. Appreciate it. Did anybody else have anything else they want to add?
Yeah,
Okay,
real
yes.
quick, yeah, I think it's, this is kind of the heartbeat of the community. A lot of times people see, all the exterior stuff, but you guys are out there, in the trenches doing this type of stuff. And I commend that. I just recently truly learned about what Kiwanis is, and I kind of, this is like a kin group to Kiwanis and how much impact that you guys have that a lot of the community doesn't see, but you guys are out there doing it. And, for 50 years, just, stick with it and continuously, and then grow your services to find the need and figure out what you guys can do to match that need with the help that you can provide. So I appreciate you reaching out, and thank you guys again for what you do in the community. Kind of under the radar, really, is it's pretty special. And like I said, this is what makes a community opposed to a lot of the stuff on the peripheral. So thank you so much.
And I will add one thing. We are getting older, and we could use new members.
Ed, what was the saying that you said to me out there earlier? Yeah, that's it. That was pretty good. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you again, and I guess I need to ask for a roll call now.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn? Yes. Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman?
Yes.
Mayor Spaeth?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Okay, we have the resolution here that we want to present to you. I'm going to have everybody, all council, come down for a picture. Okay, on behalf of Mason City Council and the City of Mason, we want to present you with the resolution. Here we go, you got it there? Okay, great. Thank you all very much again. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you all again. Night. Okay, we're going to go on to item 8, which is ordinance 2023-56. This is a first reading. And I need a motion to read by title only, please.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff.
Amending the zoning code and zoning map of the City of Mason, Ohio to provide for the rezoning of approximately 15.1976 acres from R2 single-family residential to residential PUD, residential planned unit development, with approval of the concept planned unit development plan located east of Manor House and the Mosaic PUD, south of Alberta, and north of White Blossom, O&E PUD.
Eric?
Yes, Mayor, we'd like to set a public hearing for July 10th after the first reading's held here.
All right, thank you. Item 9, ordinance 2023-57. This is also a first reading. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff.
Adopting the revision, codification, recodification, rearrangement, and publication of the ordinances and resolutions of the City of Mason in book form for a current supplement.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, it may be helpful just for anyone in the audience or watching. We hold a first reading, we set a public hearing, then for a specific date and advertise that. At that public hearing, during that discussion of that ordinance, there is an opportunity for the public to speak on behalf of that. So this is kind of the formality before that to set that date. That was true on the previous one. It's also true on this one. We'd like to similarly set that public hearing for July 10th.
All right. Thank you, Eric. Item 10, ordinance 2023-58. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Jeff?
Accepting the donation of approximately 0.15 acres of land to the city of Mason, Ohio.
Okay, Kurt?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Jennifer, would you mind switching the screen for me? There we go. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is a piece of property at the intersection of Tylersville Road, Western Row Road, and Old Stitt Road. And Old Stitt Road is where it used to run along this area here. Lot 3 is part of the Renner Farm subdivision. City of Mason purchased Lot 4 back in 2018. This lot is being proposed as a donation. It's owned by Nyer Land Holdings 1 LLC. It's 0.15 acres, and there is a drainage channel. There's a culvert that runs under the intersection here, and then it runs through the city of Mason, the former Stevenson property. This would allow us to potentially vacate this old right-of-way that still exists here and consolidate that lot along with our existing property that we own to the east. So with that, ordinance 2023-58, accepting the donation is recommended for adoption. I'll answer any questions that you might have.
All right, thank you, Kurt. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
Second?
Okay, any council discussion? Okay, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Bradburn? Yes. Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman?
Yes.
Mayor Spaeth?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Okay, item 11, resolution 2023-19. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Jeff?
A resolution approving the petition and supplemental plan for special energy improvement projects under the Ohio Revised Code, Chapter 1710, approving the necessity of acquiring, constructing, and improving certain public improvements in the city of Mason, Ohio, in cooperation with the I-75 Energy Special Improvement District.
Okay, Jennifer.
Mayor, members of council, and I'd like to address the next the next resolution as well as the next two ordinances. They all are a result of a lot of work that has gone on for over the past year, and that is around establishing a PACE program. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the program, and then we'll go in more detail about the legislation before you this evening. PACE is another economic development tool that helps commercial and industrial owners gain access to affordable, long-term financing for energy improvements to their buildings. It allows participating building owners to finance renewable energy improvements through voluntary assessments that are applied to their property tax bill. Those improvements are for such projects such as lighting upgrades, new HVAC systems, building insulation, roof replacements, solar panels, microgrids, along with water conservation. Capital is secured by a lien on the property, so low-interest, long-term capital can be raised to fund these types of energy improvements. PACE programs are authorized and governed under the Ohio Revised Code. In 2012, it was the first time the city began exploring the development of a PACE program. Since that time, the city has been approached on several occasions to explore this tool for our local business partners. Those discussions never moved forward to full implementation of a program until this evening. Under the PACE program, an Energy Special Improvement District, or an ESID, with city representatives, They work with the local jurisdictions to approve projects, secure approved PACE lenders, and assist with establishing special assessments necessary as collateral to secure the needed financing for the projects for our business owners. Special assessments attached to property tax bills for each participating business in the PACE program and are used as the revenue source for repayment on the debt. While local government authority is needed to establish the special assessment, the local government is not financially responsible for any default by the third-party business should they fail to make a payment or are late on any assessment payment. Ohio has one of the largest PACE programs in the country and is gaining more momentum by local jurisdictions. In December, Council approved an incentive that secured investment and facilitated CM Paula Remtech expansion. At that time, Council also approved a motion to activate the City of Mason's PACE Energy Incentive. In January, Council approved Resolution 2023-8, which formalized the establishment of the Mason PACE program, known as the I-75 Energy Special Improvement District, and includes Liberty Township, Monroe, as well as Fairfield. Tonight for Council's consideration are 3 additional pieces of the legislation that authorize the project terms and levy the special assessments needed to move the CM Pauli Remtrax PACE financial project in Mason forward. Tonight's legislation is also a model for the future request for participation in the PACE program, requiring formal council approval should another business partner within the city request this type of program. Resolution 2023-19, along with Ordinance 2023-59 and Ordinance 2023-60 are recommended for adoption. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
Second.
Okay, any council discussion? Yes.
Mayor, I just
Council-
have a question. I looked at the assessment schedule, and I was just wondering if you could explain how the assessment payments work a little bit more, just so the public understands.
Sure.
Thanks.
So for any special assessment, the local jurisdiction, the government entity must authorize it. We certify it to the county auditor, who then places it on the property tax bill for those businesses. And when the local business partner pays their property tax bill, that assessment is included as part of it. So payment will go to the county, and then the county reimburses the city.
Thank you. That really helps. Thanks for expanding on that.
Okay, anything else? No? Okay,
Can I add one more thing?
Yes.
I don't know if he's still there. He's hiding in the back. The city's, as I indicated earlier, we do have city representation on that ECID, and Chris Wilkins, our finance manager, is one of our representatives, and he's with us this evening.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I need roll call, please.
Councilmember Hackey,
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman,
Yes.
Mayor Spaeth,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance,
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn.
Yes.
Okay, to item 12, ordinance 2023-59. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Determining to proceed with the acquisition, construction, and improvement of certain public improvements in the city of Mason, Ohio, in cooperation with the I-75 Energy Special Improvement District.
Okay, and Jennifer has discussed this one, so I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, any council discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Grossman,
Yes.
Mayor Spaeth,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance,
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn,
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey.
Yes.
Okay, item 13, ordinance 2023-60. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Jeff?
levying special assessments for the purpose of acquiring, constructing, and improving certain public improvements in the city of Mason in cooperation with the I-75 Special Improvement District, authorizing and approving a cooperative agreement and special assessment agreement for those public improvements.
All right, thank you. Jennifer's discussed this one, so I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Okay, any council discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mayor Spath,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance,
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn,
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey,
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman.
Yes.
All right, item 14, ordinance 2023-61. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Jeff?
Authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract to purchase enhancements and services related to the Axon camera system for the police department.
Okay, Eric?
Thank you, Mayor. This ordinance is actually the continuation of work that council may recall you authorized over a year ago. In the police department, they have in-car cameras to help with their work, and we moved from some old technology that was cumbersome both in the technology itself, but also how the records were stored. And that's an important part of the camera system, is how the records are stored and then accessed. Moved to a cloud-based in-car camera system that integrated the camera systems used throughout the police department into the record system that is also used. That is used both by prosecutors as part of casework, as well as the public for public records requests. That work was authorized a year ago, and the system was installed, placed into operation, finished just last October, which completed what was Phase 1. Phase 2 is what's before you with this ordinance. While the in-car cameras are now installed and operational, there are also interview rooms within the police department that are used as part of investigations that have camera systems as well. And needing to move that system into a similar system is the point of this ordinance. By utilizing the same technology as the Axon in-car camera system, that saves time. It removes the need to maintain a dedicated server for the interview rooms, and it makes it much easier for what is often a very time-consuming, labor-intensive process to retrieve the video, burn selections to DVD, make sure it meets records, both transparency and protection legislation. With the new, by integrating that with the existing in-car camera system, it makes that whole system more comprehensive as well as much easier to utilize. It will have the ability for public records as well as the prosecutor's office requests to be accessed and released through a hyperlink. That will be both more efficient as well as save considerable staff time. The contract before you with Ordinance 2023-61 provides the equipment, the maintenance of the camera and the microphone technology, as well as the hosting and service fees. The first year total is $22,000, just over $22,000. Annual increases through the contract of 4% for a total 5-year contract. This project, this phase of the project was included in the budget for 2023 at an amount of $45,000. Considerable work has been done both with the IT department as well as police to evaluate this system, make sure that we'll integrate with the existing system as well as the records process. So it is recommended for adoption.
Okay, thank you, Eric. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone opposed? I need a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Okay, any council discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance,
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn,
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey,
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman,
Yes.
Mayor Spath.
Yes. Okay, we're on to item 15, committee reports. Does anybody have a committee report? Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, we had a Parks Board meeting this past week. Lots of fun things planned this summer. As you guys, we've already, sorry, a little tongue-tied there. As you may have noticed, we've already started Music in Mason, very fun, and there is a lot going on at the Community Center and the Aquatic Center. In fact, the Community Center is rather a busy beehive with lots of summer camps. And so one of the things that happened at our meeting is that we had Stephanie and Colton from the community center, two of our full-time employees, present to us a little bit about the camps. So I thought council might be interested to know that our in-house led summer camps, we have about 706 kids enrolled so far, and there's a little bit of room left for enrollees as the summer goes on. And then we have something called third-party camps, where a third party comes in and assists Mason with the theme of the camps, like some of the drama camps and things like that. And we currently have 577 kids enrolled in those camps. So lots of activity and fun for our youngsters, and just vibrancy and just the fun that makes Mason Mason. Things are going well at the aquatic center, although I'm not sure anybody wanted to swim today. It was a bit chilly. I would like to ask staff if we could get an update presented to council with the goings on with the aquatic center and a matter of 50 meters and just how things are progressing. If you guys can prepare that for us, perhaps in July we have Parks and Recreation Month. That might be a good time, but I will let you guys use your judgment on how you want to do that. That's just one of those things I'd like to do as this term finishes up. I think we have about 6 months left in this term of council before we rotate to a new 2-year term. We had a very interesting senior day at the Aquatic Center, and council, you'll be pleased to know 85 seniors attended an activity in early June at the Mason Aquatic Center. We've had our first dive-in movie, and we have one each month as the summer goes on. We've had lots of events at the park, including the Love Like JJ 5K was just last weekend. The Girl Scouts are hosting twilight camps at Pine Hill. And there are all kinds of other fun things going on, including lots of water safety classes, and a matter of 50 meters will be hosting a swim clinic as a fundraiser. So just lots going on. Mason is a very busy time in the summer. For all you moms that are adjusting to your kids being home from school, we support you. We're trying to keep your kids busy like you are, and we're very thankful that your families have chosen Mason to enjoy summer with us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I always appreciate the parks update because I think it's important everyone knows what's going on with our parks. Anybody else have a committee report?
Mayor, I just wanted to, remind the Arts Committee that we have a meeting this Thursday at 8:30. Because I know we were talking about changing it and we didn't. So I just wanted to make sure everybody's still on board with that. I also have National League of Cities has their mid-year meeting tomorrow from 2 to 3:30, and it is Zoom. So if anyone on council wants to chime in, they can definitely do that.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Nope. Okay, we'll move on to item 16, which is old and new business. Does anybody have any old and new business? Yes.
Yeah, I got the privilege of going up to the Warren County Sports Park this weekend for a long time. We were there Friday, Saturday, Sunday for a baseball tournament. And, I would just like to give them a huge shout out in regards to that facility that they built up there. It is absolutely beautiful. I've heard it was, and I actually got to witness this weekend. I think they just did an incredible job. So being in, Mason being in Warren County, and, that's another, we work with them, and it's just it's a testament to what they have been able to do to build that thing. And it's state of the art, brings in a lot of people. It was extremely busy this weekend, and it was, like I said, I was just kind of blown away by the quality of that place. It was extremely nice. So that's all I really had to share.
All right, thank you. Anybody else have anything? Okay, I just have something real quick I want to share. I just kind of think this is fun. The Mason Historical Society has a newsletter that they put out. I think it's every month, right? Yeah, it's every month. And you can, if you're a member, you can get it by email. And they really do a really great job. They have all these articles that some of the volunteers write about things that have happened in the past, through the years. The city of Mason. This newsletter had one about the girls' sports that were organized here through the schools, and I thought that was really interesting. But this was the thing I really wanted to mention. So they always have this little blurb toward the end of the newsletter. It's called This Month in Mason History. And I just want to mention two things. Okay, in 1868, they said the horses running at large around the village were becoming a problem. Now I think it's coyotes, right? Okay, and the other one was in 1955, how to alleviate the traffic congestion and the lack of parking space on Main Street was a constant subject at council meetings. Not much has changed, I don't think, in 68 years. So anyway, I just want to encourage everybody to become a member of the Historical Society. They have some really fun stuff to read, and they really do keep us up on the history. But I thought that was interesting about the parking and the traffic. So, okay, anybody have anything else that they want to add?
Mayor, I just want to add that there's, we're kind of keeping our eyes out on this week, the $86 million operating budget for 2024, 2025 is supposed to be passed this week. So they have to pass it by June 30th because it goes into effect July 1st. So I will be keeping my eye on that, and I'll report back any changes that impact our municipality.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll go on to item 17.
Mayor, I'm sorry, I think I said million, I meant to say billion.
Oh, okay.
86 billion.
I'm glad you caught that because I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Okay. Item 17 is recognition of visitors. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to come up now and address council? Okay, I don't see anyone. So we're going to go to the last item, which is executive session. I need a motion to adjourn into executive session for the purpose of discussing employment compensation of public employees.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman?
Yes.
Mayor Spaeth?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Okay, thank you all. Have a good evening.